we missed 1 week again.
Oh, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, why did we miss it?
There was like a combination of stuff. I think you were busy with work. I was busy with training camp. And
But
then
anyway.
it was Easter weekend.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And
But
then,
anyway,
yeah.
we're back.
Yeah, we're
The best
Yeah.
MMA / stupid podcast in the country. And do I have to say, Aljamain Sterling is the GOAT? Don't argue with me.
Yeah, I'll argue with you. I really think I'm going to agree with Uncle Dana. And I think I don't think he won that fight, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't think he
can
won
say
that fight.
Do you think it was a robbery?
No, it wasn't a robbery, but I think it was very close. Like, if that was a draw, I would be like, yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
If Aljamain, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. They should make that rematch. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to see the rematch. I want to see Jose Aldo come in and beat Aljamain Sterling for the
You
belt.
sent me a few posts just
I
about
love Jose Aldo.
that. Would be a great Cinderella story. He's actually super
What a
young.
legend.
He's not like 40.
He's
and
2 years younger than TJ Dillashaw, which
Yeah,
is
that's-
and TJ is considered like the next guy
yeah,
in that
yeah.
division.
That's insane.
It's insane. Like
Yeah.
Aldo is such a legend.
Yeah.
I mean, Strikeforce champion, first ever UFC featherweight champion.
I think he has racked in a shit ton of fights in his career. So I want to see that fight, but I want to see
Aldo win.
Peter Yan is the like.
Yeah.
Do you want to see Aljamain fight Aldo, or do you want to see Aldo Yan?
I want to see Aldo as the champion.
Let's say TJ Dillashaw is busy with his juice
Yes,
company
okay.
or whatever. I would much rather want to see Yan versus Aldo.
Yes.
Because that's intriguing.
I think
like,
that's a
imagine that stand-up
would
fight.
that be a rematch? No. I think Jan has.
Yeah. So I would want to see that fight again. So I want to see that happen.
It's
Maybe.
more interesting. Aljamain isn't that interesting to watch. He just gets on the guy's back and he takes control.
Yeah, or they should do Aljamain and TJ Dillashaw for the title, and then Jan and Aldo
for the next one up.
for the
I
next
like
one.
that more. I like that a lot.
That's cool.
'Cause, I mean,
And they should do it on the same night, like a main
Yes.
co-main for like almost like a little bit of a Grand
a
Prix.
little bit of a tournament. Yeah.
That would be cool.
But that's basically what's happening with the whole Gaethje
Yes.
and Oliveira, and then Chandler and Tony. We'll get into that fight closer to the time.
Yes.
But I feel bad for Tony.
Yeah,
I don't feel.
but if he loses, then he's in trouble. He's in massive
Chandler,
trouble.
please pull
Yeah.
through, please,
Yeah.
Michael.
And then obviously Volkanovski did what we think. You actually had money on Sterling, didn't you?
I did.
You did.
I did. I put
You told
some
me
money on
before
him.
the fight. You told me you just have a feeling that Sterling
Yeah.
is going to pull it through, and then I was like, "You're fucking ridiculous." That's the dumbest.
stupid.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And it's the fight game. You can't really put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to betting. I remember at a stage I got like messages, people telling me that they're going to put their life savings into some of the
please
picks,
don't.
because I did those like segments, those top 3 picks, and for someone it went very well. They actually paid, they sent me proof, they paid for a holiday to Thailand
Yes.
with the winnings they got from that, and like a soccer, like a football bet they made. So they made
Hashtag
like
not financial advice.
yeah, not. I must actually say that at the end of the videos, but that was crazy for me. And then when people started messaging me saying like, no, we're gonna invest our savings, then I was like
please
oh,
don't.
either
Please
I
don't.
must stop these videos, or I don't know what to.
Listen, if you want to be a retard, be a retard.
Yeah.
People on Reddit put their life savings into like GameStop and AMC and
Yes.
a bunch of other shitty companies. So I mean, if it's probably safer to invest in Cameron Saaiman's bet than it is to
don't
listen to the people from Wall Street Bets.
Yeah, well, don't tell people that.
Like if you're gonna be an idiot, you're gonna be.
But
an idiot.
I really do think that we should actually start, because we actually do a lot of research before we do the bets. Sometimes, I must say, sometimes we just bet on people we like, and we bet with our hearts. I really think we should start moving into a direction where we sit together.
Yeah.
I give you my picks. I give you, you'd give me your picks, and then actually we must actually do like a simulator. So I actually know guys that run like proper
statistical analysis.
Yeah, they cross-reference from different
That's cool.
vantage points. And then we must actually sit together, and then we must put on a card, and let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Let's see how
Not
our
for
track
this
record-
weekend, because I mean, I would rather watch paint dry than watch this weekend's card.
Yeah.
I have no idea what he's
Yeah,
fighting.
it's not
I
that
think
great.
it's-
I'm still gonna watch it though, but
I'm not
it's
waking
not-
up for it.
I'm not putting money on it.
I'm not
I
putting
wanna-
money on it,
yeah.
and I'm not waking up for it.
I'm
I'll watch
gonna-
it later.
I'll
not
put
that
money on events that gets me excited.
Dude,
Yeah.
but Khamzat, Gilbert Burns.
That was
what a banger.
That was such a great fight.
What
It was
a
great.
banger.
And it makes sense to make a rematch, 5 rounds, headline a fight night event. That would be cool.
I think Khamzat, he proved himself. Like,
Yeah.
listen, this man's a top contender.
Yeah.
But he also, he also showed he's not invincible.
Yeah.
He's not
But
invincible.
also now you get comments saying, no, he's so beatable.
Everyone's
shut
beatable.
The fuck up. Obviously, that is like
It's like fight.
it's like when people tell me, yeah, you got hit in that fight. No shit, Sherlock. It's the other guy's job as well. That. Believe it or not,
Yeah.
it's his job to hit me as well. So have a guy that he's fought 4 times in the UFC, and then he fought the 3rd ranked welterweight in the world.
Second rank.
2nd ranked welterweight in the world.
Yeah.
That is insane.
If you think you're
That's-
gonna like steamroll over any top 5 contender, you're
No.
insane.
Yeah, you're going to go to war. And you
Yeah.
have to mentally prepare for that. And I do think if they can make that fight again for 5 rounds, I think the outcome is the same. I think Khamzat beats him.
I think he did show a better gas tank in that 3rd round.
He did. And I really do think if they can readjust or like his technical striking, because he did fall into a trap where
brawling.
he went into his failsafe, and he went into that Gagey versus Chandler type of
Dog.
just like biting
Wolf, I
down
should
on
say.
that mouth guard saying kom hartepel, kom
Yeah, let's
schooi."
go. But I mean, he got hit.
Yeah, he
with
got
the
hit.
shot from Burns.
Yeah.
I was looking at that shot. I was like, dude, how are you still
Yeah.
How did he land a takedown
Yeah.
3 seconds after that? That was impressive.
It's insane.
But yeah, the biggest question I have for Khamzat is how does he do against a 5-round cardio machine like Kamaru Usman, like Colby Covington?
Yeah, I think
That's
he's,
success.
and that's also the thing. It's always weird when you see comments because they almost take away the good job he did,
Yes.
and he's like, "Oh, yeah, Kamaru and Colby is absolutely gonna decimate you."
Yeah.
Give the man credit for what he's done against Burns, because that was a war.
Burns
And-
is no walkover.
Yeah, but I do think he does not. I don't see he has like a great chance against Colby,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have a good chance against
Colby,
Kamaru.
I think
Based
if
off
Colby's
that,
an underdog in that fight, I'm putting money on Colby. If
Okay.
Colby opens
Yeah.
as an underdog,
Yeah.
definitely putting money
Yeah.
on Colby. But we'll see what happens with that one.
yeah,
Someone who Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman will both decimate,
yeah.
Bilal Muhammad. Don't like Bilal Muhammad.
Why? What?
Don't know. I feel like he just...
Is it again like Jamal Hill? The vibes. You don't like the vibes.
No. I like Jamal Hill.
Ugh,
I didn't like Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker. You don't like
The
his vibes. Yeah.
I don't like the vibes. I feel like Bilal tries to trash talk, but he does it really badly.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm the best in this division. No. Like, you're not even convincing yourself, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
It is weird seeing him like say that, because it's not very aggressive or enticing or something. It's
No,
like
it is.
he's
It's
just
just
like,
like,
yeah, I'm the
okay,
best.
Come on.
It's
Alright.
like when Corey Anderson. Did you see that in Bellator?
Oh yes, they pissed me off as well. They're like a whole what do you call it? Whole promotion full of Bilal. Just people talking shit. No, AJ
But-
McKee, you don't beat Vinal.
Yeah.
Volkanovski will wreck your shit. No,
But
Pitbull.
that is-
Volkanovski will wreck your shit as well.
I really do think so. But Corey said no, he's the champ. And I was like, well,
Of Bellator, yes.
where's your belt? Firstly, like, what have you
Yeah.
achieved? And I think Bilal, he's very good.
He is good.
He's super strong. He's very athletic.
But Leon Edwards
Yeah.
was, Leon Edwards poking his eye was merciful. Because Leon was piecing him out.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
Bilal
was.
wasn't going to exit that fight consciously. And I mean, you want to tell me, okay, Leon Edwards wrecked your shit, and now you're going to be like, oh no, I'm going to beat Kamaru Usman. No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, come on.
No, get out of
Just
it.
be-
Get out of
get out of
here.
here.
Get out of here.
I like trash talkers when they back it up.
Yes.
When they're just as good as they say they are.
Yeah.
Like, I like that about Colby. I like that about McGregor back in the day.
Yeah.
McGregor now is getting a little bit cringy.
Bilal is just like a points fighter. He never stands out in a performance.
It's like Sean Strickland as well.
He like really, he takes the fight longer than it has to, because I do think he can finish fights, but he doesn't.
He gets on top and then he just...
Yeah.
I don't like him.
But yeah, that UFC 273 card was great. This
amazing.
last weekend's fight night event was also fun to watch. Yeah, Bilal.
I'm sad for
There's
for
options
Vicente.
now.
There is options now.
Vicente is so good. It actually like blew my mind. I really underestimated Bilal, to be honest. Vicente was like, okay, it's a guarantee.
Was it even?
It's a win.
Did that make the fight less boring or less fun to watch?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Did it make the entire weekend less fun to more fun to watch? No.
Yeah.
I mean, Bellator was Volkanovski pieces that entire featherweight division.
Yeah.
Like, give him both of those guys in one night. Come on. Like, after that Korean Zombie performance.
You're quite
I'm
balls
like,
deep in
dude,
Volkanovski.
Yes, Volkanovski's getting better with every fight.
He is.
And with every fight, I'm like, okay, listen, Max, if you're going to fight him, you should fight him sooner rather than later, because in 3 fights,
I still
this
think-
guy's even getting better and better and better.
Nah, I still think Max beats the shit out of him.
I'm betting on Volkanovski.
I'm
for that fight.
I'm betting on Max.
Are you putting your life savings into Max?
Let's not no, never. But let's not make the bookies win. Okay. So let's bet like a lunch or a breakfast.
I can
A
get
gentleman's
behind that.
agreement.
A gentleman. I can get behind that. I
Let's
thought
do
you were
that.
going to say, let's not let the bookies win. So, and then we're just going to lie to everyone that watches the podcast,
And not bet.
telling them, telling them to bet on the opposite of what you want to bet.
Oh.
Like, yeah, bro. No, bet on Max Holloway.
Yeah, that's-
100%, and then you push.
And I'll push Volkanovski.
No. We both push one, but we have to. That's the
Yes.
thing. We need to agree first, like who we're gonna push.
Yeah.
and then we just rack up the other guys.
That's a fun thing. Like, we disagree on quite a lot of stuff.
which is a problem.
And the Max Holloway one is
Yeah.
I would say that is our biggest
For long-time
disagreement.
followers, you would, from like episode, I think 1 or 2, I was saying,
I think-
Volkanovski, baby, Volkanovski.
Yeah, and I was balls deep in Max.
You're still, ooh, that sounds bad.
Yeah. So there is fun stuff to do. I feel so bad for Korean Zombie.
Yeah,
Do you think he
shame.
retires?
I think so, dude. But I mean, he also said after the fight, I think the translator didn't say it, but it came out later on forums, that he said he no longer feels like he can become champion.
Yeah.
And I think he's correct with that.
That's a tough.
It was sad to watch.
It's a tough pill to swallow, but if you can make peace with the fact that I have come this far, and if you actually look back at
He's
what
had a
he has
legendary
achieved, he's Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
Like, most people don't even know what his name is. He's so famous for being the Korean Zombie.
Yes.
It's like, I think
He's
it's
a legend of the game.
Sang Jong, something like
I think
that.
I'm not sure what it's.
But
Sang Chong Jung or something.
yeah, Sang Song.
Jung. It's definitely it definitely ends
I
in
think
Jung.
we should stop guessing,
I
because
think we should stop.
It looks
I
bad.
feel like there's racist undertones. So I would rather just stop. Let's just go with Korean Zombie.
Yes, Korean Zombie. But he's a guy that, so for a long period, when I was a fan of MMA, I was just a fan of the UFC.
Yes.
Like, and then I can still remember our old gym in the basement was literally, it was scruff, but we would wait outside for the pros to finish. Yeah. Where do we do it? We would wait outside and people would talk about the UFC.
Yes.
And I would stand and listen, but I didn't watch the UFC fights. I had no way of accessing it, and I was obsessed with the UFC and their athletes and knew their records and the fight names and everything.
Yeah.
And when I got into watching the UFC, that's actually one of the first athletes, him, Anderson Silva, and George St. Pierre. those were the three guys that I really studied intensively, and he had he had a great career, and to see him go through this, I met him on the island as well.
Yes.
And his whole aura, the team's aura, obviously I think that's me as well, just fangirling, but it was insane to actually see him there, and it's really sad to see him.
It's sad, but I think it's the right time for him to go.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, that was, I didn't like watching that fight.
Yeah, it was bad.
I
Even
was not having a good
Volkanovski,
time.
like in that third round, he was like, "You good, bro?" You like really asked him, like touch his hand. He's like, "You good to go?"
Yeah.
And then Koreans, he was just like laughing, and it's like, "Well, we're here now. Like, let's go."
I mean, it brings up the conversation of should the corner have stopped that fight? But I mean, he had nothing to prove.
Yeah, but also,
you want him to go out on his shield.
Yeah. And that's how I would want to go. That's how anyone that's really into the sport, and obviously if that's your career, if you throw in a tile, you're taking bread off your table. So let me go out with a bang.
Good stoppage by Herb Dean.
Great stoppage. Yeah, that was one of the times where I was like, that's why Herb Dean is still the best. Doesn't matter how many times. With
he's made a few
Askren, Lawler, all that, but you can almost rectify that by seeing fights like that, because he's
saving the fighters from themselves.
Yeah,
I think Herb. I think he did go into that fourth round thinking, okay, this guy's taking too much damage. One more shot, and I'm calling it.
Yeah,
because there was no way he was getting back from that.
Yeah.
It's sad, but legendary career.
Yes,
legendary career. Like, I'm thinking now, who got me into the sport of MMA? And I don't want to sound too basic by saying Conor McGregor.
Yeah, no, that's not basic. Like if people that's the impact he had on the sport.
He got me into it.
Yeah,
him. Drickus more locally.
Yeah.
Because I was actually in high school.
Yeah.
We were like in some of the same classes, and I was like, oh, that looks fun to do. And I got into Drickus and watching his fights.
Yeah.
But you can't get anything. There's like 2 fights on YouTube or 1 fight on YouTube at that stage. And I can't remember with who it was, but he got me into it, and Conor I probably credit the most.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, but I'm like, I can't think of anyone else from that era.
Yeah, well, that's enough to get anyone into the sport. So if you have these guys, that's why Conor is actually so, like, he's such an influential guy. I think the sport would not be here if it wasn't for him.
No way.
He is the guy that really put it on the map. Even like when he fought Mayweather, I remember in school, people coming up to me, not knowing what UFC is, not MMA, nothing, and he's like,
punch him on the ground. What?
Yeah, but that's exactly people coming up to me and it's like, okay, who do you like in that fight? And I'm like, obviously I'm backing Conor.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, but I watched this fight. Are they allowed to go to the ground? And I'm like, no, it's a boxing match. And it's like, no, we're gonna go for Mayweather then. Then I'm like, fair.
Fair. I mean, if you have a boxing match, probably the better boxer's gonna win.
Yeah, one of the greatest boxers of all time.
I would say that's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, safe bet. I had money on Mayweather.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I didn't have money on Mayweather, but we watched that fight at my house.
Yes,
we
did.
That also got me into fighting. Was having like a bunch of friends over. Yeah. Watching that fight.
But that's also cool. Like coming back to Korean Zombie, he can look back at his career and be like, there's a lot of people, especially like in South Korea or
the entire Asian continent.
The Asian continent, but even like for me, he's one of the reasons I was like, okay, we're gonna start this, we're gonna do this. I fell in love with the respect he had in the sport, and it's he can look back at that and make peace with the fact that he's done if he decides that. You see guys like Marlon Moraes, he retired as well,
and he's actually kind of young to retire, but it was.
But also if you see a guy retire that young, you're like, well done for you. You didn't
take unnecessary damage.
Yeah.
And I mean, Marlon was just gonna take more damage.
Yeah.
4 fights.
Yeah, that Sterling spinning back, he took damage, and so
that was beautiful.
I think that's where the downhill really started, is from that.
Oh well, But I mean, I feel like the UFC is it's almost like a new era is beginning now.
Yeah,
like
it's like a shift.
Yes,
There's a shift.
There's greats, new greats. Now.
Yes,
like the old greats. I would say the previous era's greats was probably like Jose Aldo, Max Holloway, Conor McGregor, and I wouldn't. Well, we'll see about Max.
We'll see about Max. Yeah.
But you've got new guys coming in now that can really become great. I mean, heavyweight, you've got Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane.
Yeah, I like how you whispered it as well because you're not sure.
You've got guys like Volkanovski, Kamaru Usman. It's really like this new, the new face of the UFC.
Yeah, and it's cool.
I'm here for it.
It's exciting. It's so exciting. Speaking of heavyweights, did you see Uncle Dana saying he's excited for the summer?
Yes, I saw that.
And he's excited for the midterm because he wants John Jones to fight Stipe Miocic.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fight that makes sense.
It does.
Stipe coming off of a loss to Ngannou.
Yes.
I mean, John Jones coming off a win over his fiancée. It's the fight that makes sense.
That's really the fight to make.
It is. Love it.
But yeah, that makes things interesting as well.
Okay, so we're gonna go down this rabbit hole again because now we at least know. I think it's been offered to John Jones.
Yes.
I think it's not just. I think I saw a post earlier that said it's been offered.
Yeah.
It's on paper. Yeah. Sign the contract, Jonathan.
Yes, sign it.
So we've got those two for the interim belt. I think. Then who do you like for that number one contender spot? So is it all gone?
Gone Aspinall.
Or gone to Ivasa.
Gone to Ivasa. And then Aspinall can come in and sweep the floor.
Maybe
after
like Rosenstrike or something.
Yeah, well, Rosenstrike didn't fight.
He just fought.
No. His fight got cancelled.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that he got rescheduled to fight someone else.
Okay. So then maybe settle our Blades.
Blades is up there as well. Maybe gone Blades.
For number one, I like Tuivasa coming in there and just like putting his name out there. Losing, but putting his name out there.
But let's say you have Blades.
Yes.
And Gone.
Okay.
And then you have Aspinall and Bam Bam.
Ooh, I actually kind of like that more.
That's like now you have 3 heavyweight fights. They will get first pick at contender, and then they will get second pick.
Yeah. I mean, Gone is coming off of a really competitive. He's coming off a competitive loss to Francis.
Yeah.
So that's
what happens with Francis now. What do you think?
I don't think he's coming back.
Do you think he'll box?
Out. I think he's going to try and box. I think he's going to try and box Tyson Fury.
If they're smart, that would not be
negotiate for like a mixed rules kind of vibe.
Yeah, I don't really see him go to any other MMA promotion.
No,
at all.
No,
I don't really see him. The only one I might see him is if that Ferdinand Lopez, actually Cyril Gane's coach, they own Aries. Yeah, if they maybe go there, but also. He's just going to knock everyone out, take the belt.
It's not that interesting.
So he's probably going to box.
Talking about Aries, the Mart is back.
Yeah, he lost against a French guy.
Yes.
Second round. I didn't watch the fight.
No, same.
Yeah, I just didn't know where to watch it. I wanted to.
I think it was just on Fight Pass.
Yeah,
$9
apparently
is way too much.
A very experienced guy, ex-UFC vet, and yeah, I would like to actually see the fight. It's very unfortunate, but I'm sure someone like the Mart really has the attitude to come back.
Yeah.
So, and I think Aries, I'm not sure if they made like a long contract, but I'm sure we'll see him back there.
Back in the ring. I mean, I think it was his first fight coming back off his suspension.
I think it's the first fight in 5 years, if I'm correct. I'm not sure, but to fight for a main event against a UFC vet, and you haven't fought in 5 years, that's
it's good on you for taking that fight out. Like a lot of respect.
Hats off to you and your team.
I've just seen him on Instagram and hear Marino talking about him on the gym. That guy works so hard. Yeah,
there's no question his work ethic is insane. So
I look at him, I'm like, goodness.
Their grappling coach Neil Geyser, he coaches. I think he has like I think he has a program there at their gym as well. And I work with him once or twice a week, and he says their work ethic is insane. So it's really something to respect. We have that, and I think actually Themba Gorimbo is also fighting.
Yes, I saw Themba was in his corner.
Yeah, and I think he's fighting for a title at UAE Warriors.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice,
if I'm not
nice,
mistaken.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, see, I think South Africa is become a little bit more on the global stage.
Yes.
It's suddenly in these past 2 years.
Yes.
Or maybe even the past year. I
Yeah.
think it started with Driekus in the UFC.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you had guys in the UFC, but not like guys like
I think it is the tipping point. It's like
Yes.
it was a snowball upwards. It was really trying to get that ball upwards, and now we're at that point where it's gonna start.
It's gonna start
flipping
You're gonna see a
over.
lot more South African names in major organizations.
Yeah. Which is great for the sport. It's great for our
Yes.
development here in South Africa. Obviously, it's great for the fighters. They get paid more. So
Especially earning in dollars and spending in rands, baby.
yeah. Yeah, that helps. That helps quite a lot. So
But I mean, you had guys in the UFC, like one or two guys before Driekus, and then he came in, and I think that really was like, whoa,
yeah,
like there's quality here.
yeah.
And the quality comes from Team CIT, honestly. But yeah, there's other gyms there's other gyms there as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've got a lot of guys in UAE Warriors.
Yes.
Like there's a few names I saw there.
Yeah.
You've got Little Giant in one championship, right?
Yeah.
He's making
Biko, yeah.
Yes, he's making big
He's
moves.
actually fighting now a number one contendership in one.
In one
Yeah,
championship.
if he wins that fight, he's going to fight for the
One
title.
doesn't get enough respect. I love one.
It's just
championship.
like they haven't...
Broken
I think,
into the
yeah,
Western
their
markets.
marketing hasn't come into... like even like Central Africa and the Western countries. I think they're massive.
One is massive in Asia. I saw their numbers. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I saw their
insane.
validation. I think they were $2 billion.
Valuation.
Their valuation, $2 billion more than the UFC. I don't know if those were the right stats,
Yeah.
but I think they're massive.
I think the UFC is maybe a little bit bigger. They are a publicly traded company now, but
yeah.
yay.
Yeah.
$2 billion is a massive valuation.
That's a
I
lot.
think the UFC IPO'd somewhere around there, like went public at about $2 billion. So
That's
it's
crazy.
massive.
Yeah.
And I would love to see more South Africans in one championship as
That
well.
would be cool.
Like, please.
Yeah.
No, not you, DSTV. No, I'm thinking like, please, DSTV, get the rights to one
Yeah.
championship.
Yeah.
Like, no, I hate DSTV.
Yeah. Maybe like a third. They should actually...
Please,
Okay,
someone
obviously you
else.
have UFC Fight Pass.
Yes.
Obviously one is not going to be streaming on UFC Fight
I
Pass.
can't see that.
But maybe have like a streaming platform where you can combine all those.
Yes.
So if there's someone
Please,
that has more
DSTV.
time on their hands than us, make a
DSTV,
streaming platform.
Please go bankrupt, and then like a sports streaming service that I can pay $100
Yeah.
for. Yes, this would be amazing. Just pay some money for, and I can watch rugby and I can watch fighting. That's
Yes.
all I want.
Yeah, rugby and fighting.
Formula One.
And
rugby,
Formula One.
fighting, and Formula One. That's
Yeah.
all. Like,
And Olympics if it's on
yeah,
every
but
4
that's
years.
like once every 4 years. That's
Yeah.
like you don't need golf. I don't watch golf.
Yeah,
I
I
know
do
you
sometimes
watch golf.
if I want to take
But
a
I
nap.
mean, if there was a streaming service, I tell you, listen, you can watch not even domestic rugby.
Yeah.
Listen, you can watch the Bokke, you can watch the UFC, one championship, and Formula One. Like, take my money.
Take my
Sign
money,
me up.
right?
Please, DSTV, please, just go
maybe
bankrupt.
maybe you have some law background. Maybe you can start
enough.
maybe you must brush up on like commercial like viewing streaming
Well, it's
law.
just basically DSTV and
Yeah.
needs to go bankrupt, and then
Okay.
someone needs to buy the rights to those sports.
Well, that sounds easy enough.
That's like DSTV is they losing money. Lose it faster.
Are they? Are they really?
I mean, who's watching DSTV for anything except sport?
But that's the thing. You're still paying a monthly fee.
It's like just expire. Like
You're really
those deals must expire.
You're really mad about.
I don't like DSTV. Who's the CEO of DSTV?
Do you want to box?
Box me.
Yeah, in a versus event.
You know what? Fight me in K1. Not boxing. I've just learned how to
Yeah.
switch properly.
We can do like
K1.
special. We can do like a one championship style
Oh,
of
yes.
special rules.
Yes.
First round boxing, and then second round MMA.
Oh,
and
I
then
love that.
third round boxing.
CEO of multi-choice.
Yeah,
me.
that point is the pointing is very intimidating.
Oh, extremely,
Yeah.
especially coming from me. Like,
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had fun. Please make sure to subscribe. And now the podcast is on all podcast platforms, so go check it out. Cheers.
cheers, people.